Most leadership emphasize on resilience and adaptability when facing obstacles. But what if I told you that the real barrier isn't about the challenge themselves? It's more about how you've been conditioned to think about them. As an emerging leader, are you unknowingly limiting your potential by following those outdated beliefs about failures and growth? Stay with me till the end of the video because I'm going to uncover a hidden mindset shift that can propel your leadership development to the next level. You see, every leader faces challenges. Whether you are just starting out your leadership journey or you have been leading a team, obstacles are inevitable. One of the most conventional wisdoms you often heard is, wherever you face obstacles, always stay resilient and be adaptable. While these qualities are important, they often miss the bigger picture. You see, the real issue often lies with how we perceive these obstacles. We have been conditioned to see challenges as roadblocks or barriers that hold us back. And worse still, we spend all the time and energy trying to fix that problem without questioning how we view it in the first place. But what if the real problem isn't about the obstacle itself? It's about the mental barriers we create around it. Now, I want you to imagine this. You have been working relentlessly towards a goal, and out of nowhere, you hit a wall, a major setback. You feel like you have failed. You doubt yourself, and you might be thinking, why does it always happen to me? And over time, these setbacks may affect your confidence level and ambition. And worse still, you may even start to think you are not good enough. And if this keeps happening, you will forever stuck in your life, feeling frustrated and unsure of yourself. The real cause of staying trapped in this way of thinking is that it prevents you from growing into a leader you are meant to be. Let me share a personal story to illustrate this point. In the past, I would get nervous speaking at events. I would spend hours preparing the slides, making sure everything is perfect before I'm good to go. And sometimes I was afraid that I would make some mistakes or being judged by other people during the presentation. Many years ago, I remember I was tasked to conduct a workshop for internal staff. And during the workshop, I began to notice that some people were losing interest and they were not engaged at all. So when I reflect back these moments, I felt like a failure. I felt like I've never done a good job. I would think that this is my fault, I messed it up, I'm not good enough. But over a period of time, I learned a very powerful lesson. It's not about the setback, it's about how you perceive it that matters. I began to realize that those challenges were not failures. They were opportunities for me to grow. And now, I stopped seeing mistakes as failures. I treat them as an experiment that doesn't work. So this gave me an opportunity for me to learn, to test, to adjust, and to make improvements so that I can do better next time. So the key lesson here is changing the way of how you perceive those obstacles is more crucial than overcoming them. It is no longer about avoiding failure. It is about embracing it as a stepping stone to become the best version of yourself. So next time when things don't go as planned, don't label it as a failure. Treat it as an experiment for you to test. Instead, shift your focus to how you respond to what happened. For example, you can ask yourself this: how can I refine this? How can I improve myself to be better next time? How can this turn it as an opportunity for me to grow? And once you shift your perception, those obstacles will lose power to stop you. They will become stepping stones that can propel you forward on your leadership journey. Now, you might be thinking, it's easy to say setbacks are learning opportunities. But what about those pressures, those responsibilities and expectations I face? I can understand. Leadership development comes with its own sets of pressures. But what if you change your perspective to see failures as stepping stones? This could potentially lessen your pressure. What if instead of fearing those challenges, you start to embrace them? That is the shift I'm talking about. And it's the only difference between staying stuck and reaching your full potential. Let me give you an example. There are 3 major obstacles that can hold you back in your leadership journey. Those are fear of failure, doubt, and criticism. These obstacles can feel like walls standing in your way. But here's the key. These walls are built in your mind, which means you make them up based on existing perception and beliefs. When you face failure, you might think that you want to give up because you are not meant to become a leader. But what if that fear is a byproduct of how you have been conditioned to view about success? You see, fear is false expectation appearing real. It's an assumption that failure equals to dead end. In reality, it's just a road sign pointing to areas that need more attention and growth. Here is a simple way of how you can shift your perception towards fear. Never treat it as a failure. Instead, treat it as an experiment for you to test, to learn, to adjust, to get feedback, so that you can improve yourself better next time. And if that doesn't work, change your plans, but never change your goals. When you start to treat fear as an experiment instead of a failure, you will no longer be affected by it. Then there's self-doubt. You might think that, what if I'm not ready for this? What if I'm not good enough? You see, self-doubt happens because it's lack of understanding. That means whenever you don't understand certain things, you are doubting yourself. So the key idea is, you have to raise your self-awareness to understand what it takes to develop you as a leader. And also you can ask yourself, is this something that I do not understand? And how can I learn about this? Who do I need to reach to? So as long as you understand what it takes to become a leader, your self-doubt will disappear. And then lastly, external criticism. As emerging leaders, we often seek external validation to prove ourselves, especially in the early years of the leadership journey. And when we don't receive it, it can feel like we are not good enough. And here's the thing, you can always shift your perception about criticism. Instead of letting it discourage you, use it as a mechanism to fuel your growth and take it as a constructive feedback, not a personal attack. So those obstacles like fears, self-doubt, and criticisms are only mental barriers when you choose to allow them. Therefore, the real challenge isn't about the obstacle itself, it's about how you perceive, interpret, and respond to it. So I hope this changed your perception of how you can build those major obstacles as a stepping stones to help you to learn, to grow, and to develop to become the best version of yourself. And here's the thing, the real transformation happens when we start to embrace the new mindset towards leadership. That is what I'm going to talk about in my next video, where I'm going to uncover those insights and tips of how you can reprogram your mindset to unlock your full potential. So make sure to look forward to my next video. In the meantime, if you found this video useful, don't forget to like, subscribe to my channel, and share with someone who needs to hear this message. Whether they are stepping into a new leadership role or navigating those existing challenges, this could be the information that they need to hear. Remember, leadership isn't about avoiding obstacles. It's about learning to overcome them, one thoughtful mindset shift at a time. I will see you in my next video.